I have been getting more consistent on YouTube using the approaches that I used for my blog. The ones that took my blog from receiving barely 1,000 views per month to nearly 10,000 this month. But I'm starting to realize something. Showing up consistently is only one part of the puzzle. If the interest is to stand out, then there is something else that needs to be part of this puzzle. So stick around, that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Because I've seen something like this before, not on YouTube, but when I was much younger, if you can imagine that. God. When I was much younger, there was a time I was doing, let's say, satisfactorily in school. Not the best, but doing satisfactorily. Then something changed, and that change didn't just improve one subject, it improved everything. To give you a sense of the shift, I need to take it with me to my childhood. There was a point in my childhood where I lived with my father. Now, my father is very big on structure. And when he came upon the problem of me returning to class with a satisfactory result, he thought what we need here is a schedule. So we got schedules for our days. There was a time for everything. A time to play, a time to study, a time to eat, a time to... You think about it, it was in the schedule. And this introduction of a structure had an impact. I went from being the people with a satisfactory result to let's make Paul a prefect. So the shift was massive. But it wasn't there yet, at least in the eyes of my father. My father wanted to see first on my report card. But the first didn't come until my mom arrived at the house, returned to the house. My mom, too, is very big on structure. But she's also a people's person. So she saw this and determined that what I needed was a lesson teacher. And so she got a lesson teacher. The lesson teacher arrived, and this is the most interesting part to me. This lesson teacher wasn't to teach me, quote unquote, all the subjects, but just one, which was mathematics. So this lesson teacher goes on to teach me mathematics for weeks, and I take my learnings to school. Obviously, at this point in time, I'm not particularly conscious of all these things. All I remember, or all that happened, or all the things that happened that I saw at that point in time was that I received my report card and it said first. Well, it was nice. All this to say, structure is important. Consistency is important. Thinking well is important. But, and this is the part that is at the heart of my own learning as well, it is important to identify leverage points and have people, someone, a guide who can walk you through challenges that you might face as you attempt to leverage those points. With YouTube, for example, you obviously want to show up consistently, right? But you also want to improve. How do you go about making improvements? What you need is a guide to help with you with moving through this project of improvement. Let's stop here. I do want to thank you for spending this amount of time with me. Do well to subscribe if you have yet to do so. I will catch you here again in the next video. Bye.